Hi Pranav,
Hello, ma'am.
how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I am great, thank you for asking. So, Pranav, why don't you tell us something about yourself?
Ma'am, so I'm from Mumbai. I did my 12th standard with physics, chemistry, and maths. I've also done a semester of.
Physics. Why don't you tell us something about the theory of relativity?
Okay, ma'am. Yes. So it's a really popular theory that was introduced by Albert Einstein. And in that, he said that time is relative, and at different times we perceive time differently. And if we also travel quicker than the speed of light, we may actually be able to go back in time.
So, there is a general theory of relativity and then there's a special theory of relativity. Are you aware of the difference?
Um, Ma'am, I was aware of it, but at the moment, and as of now, I can't recollect it. I will go back and look it up.
Sure. What is Pascal's law?
Ma'am, I'm not sure. I can't recollect it exactly, but I think it has something to do with buoyancy and how the weight of the liquid displaced by an object needs to be less than the weight of the object in order to remain afloat. I'm not very sure on this.
I think we're going on the lines of Archimedes' principle.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
ma'am. Then I don't.
Never mind. So, Pranav, why don't we ask you some basic math aptitude questions?
Okay, ma'am.
What is a GP?
Ma'am, so GP is geometric progression in that it's a series in which every consecutive term has the same ratio in which they have been multiplied by 2 as the series progresses.
And what would be the sum of an infinite GP?
Ma'am, so if the ratio in which the numbers are going is a ratio that's greater than 1, the sum will be infinite. However, if the ratio is less than 1, so it's a decreasing GP, in that the formula is the standard GP formula in which the value of n, which is the number of terms, has been removed.
What would be the formula?
It is 1 minus r. It is sum is equal to.
You can use a paper and a pen if you want.
First term of the GP, A minus R, and that's it.
Can you show me?
Yes, ma'am.
I see. Okay. Why don't you tell me the formula? Can you just flip it? Tell me the formula for summation of natural numbers. Starting one. Starting one.
Okay, ma'am. So, infinity it's natural numbers that's being added up.
I see. What is a polynomial?
Polynomial is when an equation has more than four, it's raised to the power of greater than 4.
I see.
4 or greater, sorry.
Okay. For this summation of natural numbers, why don't I give you a finite number, say n?
Okay, ma'am.
First n natural numbers. Can you tell me the formula?
Yes, ma'am. So, number of terms and L over here is the last term.
Can you think of a formula that has only n as the variable?
Sure, ma'am.
I see. I said only n, no other variable.
No, ma'am, I can't.
What is an arithmetic mean?
So an arithmetic mean is the average of numbers that are in an arithmetic progression.
Okay. Relationship between am and gm.
Ma'am, an arithmetic mean is always greater than or equal to GM.
And can you think of a formula that links am, gm, and hm?
I have the individual formulas down and then we can do it. Okay, so the formula I'm using right now has only 2 terms in each. Yes, ma'am.
Am, gm, and hm. I see. Okay. What is a prime number?
Ma'am, a number which has with the factors of which are the number itself and 1.
What is probability?
And the probability is the chance of something occurring. So if there's a particular event, so the total outcomes of the event and then the desire and the number of desired outcomes of the event that are possible. So if we are flipping a coin, there is a 50% probability that the coin will have heads, provided the coin is an unbiased coin.
I see. What is the value of tan 30?
It's 1 by root 3.
Why don't you tell me any recent business news that you have read?
Yes, ma'am. So HDFC Bank had a very big merger with HDFC, and it's now the fourth largest bank. Yes, I think. No, I think it's the fourth largest bank globally now.
Globally.
I think so.
Does that make it the biggest bank in India?
I would think so, yes.
Okay.
I'm not very confident whether it's India or not, but I do think it's globally right now.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about your views on the Indian economy? How is the economy doing right now?
Ma'am, so as of now, we know that there is a global recession going on, and the major countries such as United States have been hit. The Indian economy, however, is in a stable position right
Why
now.
do you, okay, what has caused this global recession?
Ma'am, I'm not very aware on it. I will read up more about it. But I would say that COVID certainly had a massive impact combined with the Russia Ukraine war. These are the reasons, according to my, these are few.
Russia Ukraine war lead to this global recession?
Ma'am, so every time in Russia and Ukraine's case, the entire oil supply to the rest of Europe had been cut off by Russia, as Russia is one of the prime oil suppliers around the globe. So because of that, global oil prices skyrocketed, and when oil gets expensive, everything gets expensive, and that.
I see. So coming back to the Indian economy, which sectors do you think are doing well and which sectors are lagging?
Ma'am, so in the sectors that are lagging, I would say it is the primary sectors such as agriculture. We've seen that the tomato prices especially have been very, very high in the past few days. And I would say we are doing well when it comes to our soft power in a sense, so our technological power such as artificial intelligence or our IT sectors. And even I would say we are doing fine in manufacturing.
What is the meaning of soft power?
Ma'am, I would say power that is via the internet, not any hard defense power or anything, but maybe, or economy, but maybe the country, how the country's entire IT network is set up, or how much influence they have on the globe without having a direct number for them.
So you say technology has a role to play there?
Yes, ma'am, I do believe because the entire world is linked up to the internet right now, and India is as one of the forerunners when it comes to internet advancements and technologies. And I would say that places it in a really nice position when it comes to global standings.
What is an IPO?
Sorry,
What is an IPO?
IPO.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so it is the initial public offer. It's launched by a company when they want to make their shares available in the stock market and have the people become part of the shareholder, become shareholders of their company in order to raise funds.
Okay, any recent IPOs that happened in India?
I can't recall of any right now.
Okay. What meal did you have today?
In the morning, I had puri and sabji, aloo sabji.
An afternoon?
I did not have any lunch.
Do you generally not have lunch?
Ma'am, it depends on certain days. Today was one of the days I didn't have. If I'm free or if I'm not really occupied with something, I do have lunch.
Do you own a laptop?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the configuration of that laptop?
Configuration in the sense.
Configuration in the sense processor and
Okay, so
RAM.
okay, ma'am. So I have an HP laptop. It has a complicated name. I can't remember the name, but it has an Intel i3 processor, and it has 4 GB RAM and 1 TB ROM.
I see. What is that one thing that you do not want us to know about you?
Okay, ma'am. So in the past, I have had an issue with prioritization, wherein I have tried to either do too many things at the same time, And in certain sectors, that has helped me. However, overall, I would say it caused me to, it divided my attention a bit too much, and I took on too many things on my plate, more than I could handle. And I would say that hasn't been the best of decisions I've made. But I have learned, and I'm certainly have changed my mindset towards the entire prioritization. I want to do things that I want to excel at, and I want to pick a smaller number of things and do better in them, rather than having a very wide range but not excelling in.
Okay, what are some of the strengths that you have?
Ma'am, so I believe I am calm under pressure, a quality which was taught to me by cricket. I am also really empathetic, which cricket taught me, to how to understand the feelings of a team, how to keep their morale up. It's natural for some players to have a bad day, and it's important that you don't give them a hard time about it. You need to understand that everyone has bad days, and you need to keep their morale up. You need to cheer them on, and you need to give them another chance. And I would say that I am also very hardworking. I very rarely, I don't really give up. If there's something that I'm working towards, I work till the point till I'm sure I'm very good at it. For example, logical games as a topic, which was asked in the IPMAT exam. Initially, I was a little weak with it, but it's something that I recognize. It's a high scoring topic as it has 5 questions coming from it. So I sat down and solved the entire chapter from CAT, and I struggled a lot initially, but I really put myself through the grinder, and I managed to get a good grasp over it.
Okay. Pranav, who is the governor of Maharashtra?
I actually just read about this today, but I can't recall it right now.
Okay. Governor of Jharkhand?
I'm not,
Madhya Pradesh?
I'm not aware.
Oh,
I will definitely brush up on all of these.
cool. Now, why don't you tell us about market equilibrium? What do you understand by market being in equilibrium?
So when the demand and the supply curves of a particular market intersect, such that there is no surplus or there is no shortage, the market is said to be in equilibrium.
And what is the equilibrium price? How do you find that out?
Ma'am, it depends on the point of intersection of the demand and supply curve. It's not a fixed value. It's not a fixed value.
Cool. What are given goods?
So given goods are goods where the price of the good increases as the demand goes up. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. That's my mistake. No, ma'am. Actually, given goods are the goods where the demand goes up as the price goes up.
Demand goes up as the price goes up.
Yes.
Okay. Last time you said as the demand goes up, the price goes up.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. It's mutually dependent. I mean, if the demand goes up, the price goes up. Yes. An example is bread, which the low-paid British. Prime example of this is if a low-wage worker buys more bread because the price is
I'll
increasing.
stop you here, Pranav. Don't you think that if demand for an object is going up, its price would naturally go up?
Yes, ma'am. But this is actually
What is the special case here?
Ma'am, the case here is that the price goes. A prime example of this in today's time is actually the COVID mask situation. In that case, the demand of the masks increased, because of which my mistake, the price were increasing because the demand were increasing. And this started an effect where people would buy more masks, assuming that the price would go up. So because of this, it created more demand, which created even more price. It's one of the exceptions to the demand curve.
Okay. All, now listen to these statements that I'm going to make, okay? All luxury goods are given goods. This is the first statement. Second statement, all given goods are luxury goods. Which of these is correct?
All luxury goods are given goods.
What is the law of diminishing marginal utility?
Ma'am, so the law of diminishing marginal utility states that with every increase of a particular item, after a certain point, after we have had enough of those items, the amount of utility we have per item, with an increment per item, the utility of it keeps going down after reaching a certain point.
I see. So, Pranav, what are your where do you see yourself 10 years down the line?
Okay. Ma'am, so it's a question which I would left rather open. However, I'm open to working in a corporate or startup both. But if I look at myself personally, I see myself working in a consultancy or an automobile company further down the line in the future.
I see. Okay. Last but not the least, why management?
Ma'am, so ever since I would say from the past couple of years, I've realized that I'm a good team leader. I have had several occasions where I have been assigned a team or I've led the school in competitions, and I have had to go through the entire process of management, organizing their timetable, getting the arrangements made, telling which team will compete in which event. So I have been particularly good in that field and I have been praised by my teachers. Moreover, I am someone, I believe that I'm very empathetic, and I love to be in a team. I love to be a part of a team and move together as a unit. And it's something that's always inspired me, and working in a group and pushing myself along with other people is one of the biggest motivations I have. I tend to get even more charged up, even more motivated when I'm working with other people and pushing them to their limit. So I think management is a good field for me because of that.
Great. Thank you, Pranav.
Thank
for
you,
your
ma'am.
time, and we wish you all the best. So my biggest feedback to you, which I'm going to write in bold, is accounts.
Yes, ma'am.
The reason I did not ask you a lot of GK questions is because I know you're very good at it. Okay? I know you're very good at GK questions. You're good at subjective questions where you have to describe something, strengths and all. So you will give examples and you will call out your strengths. So all that is great.
Yes.
The reason I made this interview ACAD heavy was because I knew that this was something you had to work on, and this was something even I wanted to test you on. How was ACAD's coming?